Jason Walker here, Walker Tea Review, and welcome. We've come here together to explore teas and find teas that you enjoy, that give you the quality and the tastes, the experiences that you expect. Today we have a tea from Teas Etc. That's a lot of leaf. I'm going to be gentle here. That looks good. Again, this is from Teas Etc. This is HuangJinGui. Huangjing is Chinese for gold. Gui is a word for osmanthus, which is a kind of flower, very small, fragrant flower. So we can get surmise that the name was associated with the kind of fragrances that we would hope to find, or that were associated with this tea. So we've had a chance to rinse off our leaves. We're going to let them soak for a few minutes, and we'll be able to talk a little bit more about what we have here. Go ahead and set my glass ready to go. Get this out of the way so we have a little more space. And yes, this is Teas Etc. HuangJinGui. Information: 1 ounce currently retails for $8.95. This is a Fujian China tea. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. Steeping time or recommended water temperature 185 to 195 degrees. For 1 cup, we're talking about a heaping tablespoon, and a steep time of about 2 to 5 minutes. Let's see. Yes. Now, yeah, that's probably the most accurate of these. That's what the information that you'll currently find online. One thing we're going to notice and look at first off is our leaves, so that if you're looking at leaves and trying to compare leaves, if you're looking at pictures or going to a local tea shop to purchase, you're going to find or look for paper wadded up style. This is similar to a lot of your oolongs. Tieguanyin is one of the ones that's more popularly known, that also resembles a rolled type oolong. Quite fragrant as far as the color, the aroma. I'm smelling, it's floral. It's got a bit of a, how should I say, it does have a bit of a lotus or lily smell to it. Kind of a honey as well. And it does have a tinge of woody smell to it. Okay. So other things that we want to notice is that the colors that I'm seeing here are a bit more yellowed, light green yellow to yellow, than what I've seen for like an Alishan type fragrant or floral, I should say, oolong. So that's something that you would notice that would be a slight difference about this. Yeah, but that's a lovely smell. Okay, so we'll set this down. Give this some time to we'll give us a check on this, see how we're doing. Yeah, now these leaves have already opened quite a bit, so it should have had a chance to release some flavor or aroma. Your steep time will vary when, I'll pour some in here as well. Your steep times will vary depending on your water temperature again, and the amount of leaf you're using for your volume of water. So that's why put in more leaf if you're wanting a shorter steep time or using less water, but you want to be familiar with your tea enough that you're not going to over steep or make it too strong, because that can, for some teas, that can release some bitterness. Now, I should point out as well, I'm going to experiment a little bit with my tasting cups here. This is a small cup that this cup is used. You fill this one, the taller one, first. You cap it with the wider cup, so that you have like a mushroom, but then you're able to flip it over, and as you slowly lift out the taller cup, you're able to smell the fragrance more deeply from the taller cup, and then you're left to taste with the wider cup here. So that's useful and pleasant to have, something to kind of play with every once in a while. We also want to look a little bit at our wet leaf here. Now I'm getting a beany smell, kind of a bean type smell from this. Also kind of a sweetness that's like it's like the oxidation processes that happen with hay, with grasses, as the sugars in those leaves are broken down. And what you see here is, yes, some nice full-size complete. Here's an example of a full-sized leaf. It's opened up, released a lot of its flavor, a lot of its aroma. So those are healthy-looking leaves. Yeah, still quite fragrant. Quite a bit of fragrance coming out of those wet leaves. Okay, now some things that we also want to talk about. Let me look at my notes for just a minute so that we can mention what we've tasted in previous tastings as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a taste. Smaller cup also means it cools off faster, and you can draw some flavors out of it as well. Now, some of the things I noticed about this one were, again, there is a sweet element to it. Similar to an Alishan. Yes, I can detect and I can associate this fragrance with an osmanthus type fragrance. So the name carries over into the taste the aroma that we're getting. I also detect it is quite smooth. It does tend to kind of coat the mouth, especially that first taste that I got. It was warm and it just kind of blanketed all the way through. The aftertaste, yes, the aftertaste was light. Let me give this one another shot. I'd like to be able to talk a little bit more about the bitterness as well, because I did not taste very much bitterness at all. Yeah. This one, the way it was prepared this time and in previous times, no, the bitterness is either non-existent or quite low. Okay, it does have, like I said, that medium brothiness. The aftertaste is not as extended as some oolongs that I've had, but still, for this kind, it's quite good. That one's a little bit warmer, so I just wanted to kind of get a feel for that. Yeah, again, the body is creamy or brothy, but still light. Aftertaste was there, but slightly fainter than I thought it would be. So to kind of wrap this up, we give this one an 87. So that because we wanted to get a better balance of the flavors that were there, the brothiness and the aftertaste that were there, and yes, we did pick up some of the osmanthus notes that maybe, if you're not familiar with osmanthus, it does have a kind of again, you have to be familiar with a little bit of water lily type smell, and that can be found in floral arrangements, or some of the older floral arrangements that I've seen that actually have the dried water lily pod as a decoration. It's cylinder shaped. It has openings in it where the seeds used to be, and if you're able to smell when those dried, there's still quite a bit of a sweet note that will come out of those. So that's Teas Etc. That's their tea Huang Jin Gui. I'm Jason Walker, and this is Walker Tea Review.